Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a brief tutorial on how to set up WordPress.com and some of the benefits of WordPress.com. Here you can see some of the benefits of it. Because WordPress.com powers 35% of the internet, like the entire internet, it's a fantastic system to kind of get to know. And so let's follow along and get started. Step one. So step one, I was at WordPress.com. Which is a little different than WordPress.org. WordPress.com lets you host for free, or it hosts your blog for free. You lose some of the functionality, but the benefit is you don't have to pay for the hosting. So it's a little bit of a trade-off there, but let's get started. So I click on the Get Started, got it with my cookies, and I'm going to use an email address. So I'm just going to use a fake email address for the purposes of this. Keep in mind you have to use a real email address in order to validate the email address, because otherwise the site will not be public without a real email address. So I'm going to be very creative here. Fake address at gmail.com. Let's see if this works. Choose a username. That's a bummer. Hold on one second. All right, so I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to use William Gates at hotmail.com. Choose a username. So here, it's kind of your preference. When we think about some keywords, maybe you want to include some keywords in here. What are keywords that maybe your target market's going to be searching and you hope that they will find your blog? In this case, maybe you're going to use your name in here so that if your target market is searching, they may find this. We'll see this again when we come to the URL, another important place to look at. Here, password, I'm just going to have a fun one. Password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's hit create our account. Perfect. Not going to worry about saving this. So here, these, as I understand it, this option just basically helps WordPress.com help you select a theme for your website, theme for your blog, a theme that's going to help you get your message across. So in this case, I'm just going to choose blog, and I'm just going to again choose blogging, and I'm going to go continue here in just 1 second. What's really interesting is that notice it's showing you both how this blog is going to look on a website and how it's going to look on a phone. And I think that's really important as we're seeing more and more searches are being done on mobile than on desktop. So we can see both kind of how it would look. All right, so I'm going to choose blogging and I'm going to go continue again. Tell us your blog's name, and maybe I'm just going to be William Gates Marketing Blog. Call it whatever you like. In this case, I'm thinking about maybe people who search William Gates, this blog will appear in front of it. And again, if that was my name. Cool. So enter a name, keyword, your blog's name, keyword. Again, I might just call this Marketing 101 with William. Oh. So this is where we want to think about our URL. Pardon me. So I'm going to have marketing 101 Gates. And so now it'll make some recommendations around what options there are for that URL. So in this case, I'm just going to choose free. There's all these paid options all over the place. But again, I just want to kind of go for free, just practice using WordPress, practice setting it up. So here's the free one. So I'm just going to select that. Once more, we see a number of different paid plans here. Not sure yet. Start your site for free. So I'm going to select this one to start my site for free. Boom. Hooray. Your site will be ready shortly. And voila. Here we are. So a couple of things to draw your attention to. This site stats, again, this has got a reduced amount of functionality over a WordPress site that is being hosted. So this is just a free site, so it's kind of useful. One of the things you might want to do is click on click now, take this time to go and confirm your email address. And what that allows, it allows the site to actually be available to the public. Until you do that, people who look for your site, so if I tried to look for this site, something new is coming. Cool. And by the way, when you're sharing your blog with people, notice that I'm not sharing this whole URL. I'm just sharing the marketing101.business.blog. Okay. So that's important to know, because if I try to share this whole URL, this is basically the login. And so people will get a login screen as opposed to actually seeing my blog. Now again, as soon as I validate the email address, this will actually show my blog and your blog will be up and running. So a couple of things to draw your attention to. This site stats is kind of fun. I like it because it gives us a little bit of insights into where traffic is coming from. It gives us some insights into how much traffic is coming. And it's kind of a fun game. It's fun. It's a fun game to share your blog once you've got a couple of blogs posted up. Share it in Twitter, share it in Facebook, share it on LinkedIn, and then see where your traffic is coming from, see how long they're staying on your site, see how many likes you're getting, how many comments you're getting. So I consider this to be kind of a fun opportunity to just see a little bit of the analytics here. Now, in terms of site, I want to draw your attention to a couple of things. Pages are kind of the main tabs that you'll see on your blog. So this is kind of, we've got a home page, we've got a blog feed here. Those are the two pages on here. If I wanted to, I could add a new page. And for example, here, I might want to add in something like, let's see what comes up as my options. Hopefully there's some kind of a contact one. Yep, there's a contact one. So maybe I want to add that on there. Maybe I want to have a contact page. So I just selected it, and now I'm going to publish it. This publish is key. Yes, confirm you want to publish it. View page. Got myself. So what we should see when we look under pages now is we should see all three of these available. So if I go under pages, there we go. We've got contact, we've got home, we've got blog feed. And I can even edit these in terms of what is the position that they're going to appear on my website. So in this case, I probably want this one to appear third when we go to order. So this is just the sequence that they're going to appear in. I'm going to update that. And voila. Now it'll change it so you'll see first our home, then our blog feed, and finally contact. So, and if I don't want them, I can just trash them. I can just delete them if I don't like them. If I don't like the look of it, you can just delete them always. So then under posts, so where that blog feed was, these will be where your new blog posts appear. And so under your blog post, you'll see it starts with a couple of blog posts here. All you have to do to add in a new blog post, just click add a new blog post. And here we can get some content. I'm just going to steal some content right now. Just kind of writing marketing copy. I'm just going to quickly grab a little bit of content here. I'm going to borrow it from here. Again, I'm not actually intending upon publishing this, so this should be fine. All right, so for the title, I think try to actually use some writing marketing copy here and try to make it engaging in a way. Maybe ask your readers a question. Are you interested in writing well online? And so now maybe I'll drop in a little blog here, or write in my content. Now, a couple of things to note here when we do this is, again, this is just a rough draft, so nothing is appearing. I'm going to just go ahead and break this hyperlink. In fact, I'm going to do the same down here. I'm going to break this hyperlink as well. And then we're going to go over how to insert a hyperlink. And hopefully I can do this fairly easily. Here we go. All right. So, great idea. writing effective copy is both an art and a science. So if I see something here where there's a keyword that I want to make sure my target audience who's reading this, who may not be the subject matter expert that you are, understands the terms that you're using as you're intending on using them, I will insert a hyperlink to that word. So for example, I would like to see my marketing position in a meaningful way to my target market. Oh my gosh. All right. So now the word positioned is kind of unique to marketing. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to search position marketing. And here, positioning refers to the place that a brand occupies in the minds of the consumers, the customers. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to now hyperlink to this word positioned. And I'm going to insert in the URL, Control-C, Control-V. But wait, we're not done. Because what's really important is, see this little drop down? Open in a new tab. Always have your hyperlinks open in a new tab. And now just click the apply button, apply this change, and voila, there it is, positioned in a meaningful way. And that's going to open up to a hyperlink. And notice when I click on it, it opens in a new window. And that's what I want, because when people are reading my blog and I'm giving them a definition for a word they may not be familiar with and they click on it, they're welcome to leave my blog, but when they close that browser, I'm hoping they come right back to where they left off on my blog, and that way I haven't lost my reader. So that's kind of tip number one. Tip number two, when you're using WordPress, this is maybe we're going to use a YouTube video. Let's see some videos here. Neil Patel. I like Neil Patel. I'm a fan. I think he's pretty good. He's got some interesting stuff.
People are coming to your website and they're not buying. What should you do? Hey everyone, I'm Neil Patel, and today I'm going
to take this great video and I'm going to insert it into my blog. And literally, notice I just click down here. I'm just going to Control-C, Control-V. And WordPress should automatically embed it. I'm very concerned about this Bing bit. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm going to have to go to the actual YouTube site. Sorry about that.
And today I'm going to teach you how to write copy that converts.
Let's try that again. Control-V with the... There we go. Much better. All right, and if I click update, I now have my hyperlinked word. I've got my YouTube video in there. And so maybe now I'm typing along and there's an image that I want to use. First of all, there's some free images available online. Places like, I think, Pexels. Pexels is a good one, where you can just get free images. I think there's Unsplash is another one. Let's go for this one, Pexels. And so, and feel free to take an image of your own. Maybe it's an image of your desktop and use that instead. And I'm just going to download this. That did not work as well as I'd hoped. Hopefully I'm just going to drop it on my desktop. Little tip too, if you wanted to, you should think about renaming your images such that it's actually meaningful for a search query. So I'm going to rename this marketing copy, and I'll save it. And that way it'll be, it's again, for search engine optimization purposes, it's not a bad idea to use the keywords even in your images. So now here I'm going to go and I'm going to add in an image. Make sure it's a JPEG. I think JPEGs work the best. Desktop, marketing copy, and voila, we now have an image. I'm just going to click update, and we're done. And so now I've got a nice blog. I've got a couple of images in there. What I'd probably do next, I'd go back and either update these. So if you actually wanted to introduce yourself, this wasn't my first blog, it just came that way. So I'd probably just trash these. If you're not going to update them, trash them. And so those are kind of the main things. If you remember, I was talking about themes earlier. So under themes is kind of the look of your blog. Here for themes, I'd probably select 2020. You're welcome to try out any themes you want. Because it's WordPress, there's many free themes available, many free plugins available. But in this case, I think what I'd like to do anyway is activate this theme, which is 2020. And so there's 2019, 2020, and it just super clean, nice sites. So that's the one I'd probably use, probably recommend. It should just have a couple of tabs up top, and there you go. The only other things to maybe draw your attention to is plugins. So plugins is once you have a hosted website, plugins can really help you a lot. So in terms of SEO, Yoast SEO is a fantastic one. You can find Google Analytics. There's a number of different plugins which are readily available to help you optimize your site, help you get the outcome that you're hoping for. And so again, because this is a free site, we're kind of limited in terms of functionality. It's a great experience to try to play with some of this stuff, to kind of get a sense of how easy it is to use WordPress. But some of the functionality is limited. And so, yeah, anyway, I wanted to bring your attention to it because if you do choose to try to create your own website, create your own blog, do use some of these plugins such as Yoast. If it's going to be in e-commerce, WooCommerce is a very good one. And just, again, WordPress is back-ending 35%, 40% of the entire internet. So there's a ton of free tutorials available online. So if you have any questions, search those tutorials about adding in maybe your social media plugins, adding in whatever you like. There's probably a tutorial on it. Anyway, so that's my very quick kind of walkthrough of setting up a WordPress.com website. Hopefully you benefit from this. Thank you.